Hey, I'm Chef Aaron Fish, and this is Fish Food, where we make tasty, approachable snacks. And today, well, today we're making a mess. Did I say mess? Yeah, I did. And what I mean by that is, well, a mess. I'm really gonna do my side of a poutine, more or less. That came about when I was looking at Spiceology's Oh Canada blend, which is their version of a steak seasoning. And I was like, you know, what's Canada known for? And around here where I'm from, it's poutine. And I decided, let's make some poutine, but not poutine. So let's call it a mess. All right, let's get into it. All right, we're gonna start with some potatoes. Now, you don't have to use purple potatoes and Yukons and reds. You can really use whatever you want, but I would recommend sticking with at least some Yukon potatoes or some red potatoes. So I already pre-cut them up. I'm gonna dump them in this bowl. We're gonna do some oil on them. A little bit of salt. And we're gonna take Spiceology's Black and Blue. Woo. Get wild. Give it a little toss. All you home cooks out there, learn how to do that. It's fancy. People think you're cool when you do it. All right, we're gonna throw these potatoes on an unlined sheet pan. And I don't really like to put foil down or anything like that because you get a lot more of a caramelization on the potato if you don't. But I understand if you don't want to make a mess with the mess, then go ahead and line it up. Do whatever you need to do. Shake them out, get them nice and spread out. We're gonna throw that into a preheated oven, 350 degrees to 400 degrees for 10 to 40 minutes, depending on how long, how big you cut the potatoes and how long it's gonna take to cook them all. All right, now we're gonna make the gravy. So we're gonna start with cooking the bacon in a cast iron pan. And the reason I wanna use cast iron is that the heat is just even and it generates it all over the place. If you don't have a cast iron, no problem. You can use a pot, you can use a Dutch oven, you can cook the bacon ahead of time on a sheet pan if you want. Really what we wanna do is we render the bacon out and we want the fat and the bacon separate. So let's go ahead and throw this over the heat. All right, I've got my pan over medium-high heat. We're gonna go ahead and drop it like it's hot. All right, now I'm gonna turn that heat down to like more of a medium-low. We're gonna take it nice, low, and slow. We don't wanna burn the bacon. We want all that fat to extrude and get crispy, and then we're gonna strain it out. But low and slow is the way to go. All right, so the bacon's gotten to the point where we wanna strain it off. Look how foamy that is. So that's perfect, look at these. Nice and crispy. Look at all that fat. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna strain it off. If you have a better strainer than I do, good for you. All right, so we got that bacon grease strained out. We're gonna use it to make our gravy. So we're gonna start with sweet onion. And we're gonna take this over there with a little bit of garlic. Put it back on the heat. We're gonna let it start cooking. All right, these have been cooking about 5 minutes. What you wanna see here is onions are starting to caramelize, start to get translucent. We're ready to add the flour. For all you gluten intolerant people, there's not really much we can do here other than if you wanted to strain the fat out, when we get down to the end of the recipe, you can thicken with cornstarch or something, but it's just not gonna be as good. Stir it in. It's gonna seem really loose, that's okay. We want it to cook and kind of cook the roux down. That's what we just made. We made a roux with bacon fat and flour. We've got the roux, it's been cooking. It's nice and foamy. It's starting to get a little more brown. That's what we're looking for. It's only been about 2 minutes. Turn the heat down to low. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit. I'm gonna start adding some milk. Now it's gonna kind of foam up and get really thick. You can see it's already getting pasty. I can feel it, look at that. See how pasty that's getting? That's okay, that's normal. Because we're gonna keep adding liquid. You wanna add a little bit at a time. If you try to add it all, what's gonna happen is you're gonna get these weird lumps in your gravy and everybody at your table is gonna think you're an idiot. Next, I'm gonna add the heavy cream. And you can just go all in with that because you can see at that point it was a little thinner. We're not worried about lumps now. We're gonna go ahead and turn it back down to like a medium-low and let it kind of slowly heat up until it thickens all the way. All right, so this is about how thick you want the gravy. Good trick to do is taste it, see if you can taste flour. You don't want to taste the flour. That's what's called cooking the flour out. So make sure you do that. We're gonna stir it up. Nice consistency, right? I'm gonna put a little bit of hot sauce in there, a little bit of W sauce. Stir that up. And then we're gonna add some Spiceology Oh Canada. All right, let's grab those potatoes out of the oven. Oh, these look great. Careful, pan's hot. All right, we're ready to plate our food. We're gonna take, potatoes. Now remember, beginning of this video, I called this a mess, a big mess. And that's exactly what it is. But we're gonna make it a beautiful mess. I'm gonna take our Oh Canada gravy. And take a fried egg. Now I did the sunny side up. You can do you. You don't want a sunny egg? That's okay. But I think you should because you're worth it. A little sriracha salt. Some of that bacon that we had from earlier. And some shaved green onions. Now with these green onions, how to make these look really awesome. You just slice them really thin, soak them in some ice water, and they'll curl up and look beautiful. All right, so we're ready to dive into this mess. So poutine typically has, cheese, a brown gravy, French fries. My version, the cheese is on the potatoes. We've got the black and blue seasoning. We've got the country gravy, which is more of kind of like a Pacific Northwest gravy. Crispy bacon, our sunny egg. We're gonna get into this. I'm starving, so this is gonna be great. A little bit of bacon. I'm gonna dip into that yolk. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You have the spiciness and the heat from the black and blue seasoning. We got our salty, spice-laden gravy, gooiness and creaminess from the egg, crispiness from the bacon. I'm gonna eat this whole thing, but this is delicious fish food.